Hello, what's up everyone? Welcome to another video. This video is going to be covering 2.9 quotient rule for calculus. Now, we're not going to do the whole packet, of course. We're going to do a bunch of problems because if I do the whole packet, it's going to take me like 5 business days. So let's get started. In this packet, basically, we're covering quotient rule, as I said. So you have to understand the rule, which is u prime v minus u v prime over v to the power of 2, given that f of x is basically a quotient function, which is u over v. This packet focuses solely on this skill. So if you look at number 2, g of x is equal to 3e to the power of x over 2x. This is going to be my u over v. So g prime of x is going to be u prime v minus u v prime over v to the power of 2. I just love writing the rule over and over again. You should too, because then you will never forget it ever. So u prime is going to be the derivative of the numerator, which is basically 3e to the power of x. V is going to be my 2x minus u, which is 3ex. And my v prime is basically just 2 over 2x, all of it to the power of 2. Now, if you want to simplify it, you can simplify it by taking 3e to the power of x as a common factor. If you don't want to simplify it, it's up to you. So yeah, this is basically the form that you're going to end up with. So the second question, we have h of x equals sine x over 2x squared minus 5. And you guessed it, I'm going to write the formula again. So u prime v minus u v prime over v to the power of 2. So u prime is going to be my cosine x, v is 2x to the power of 2 minus 5, minus u, which is sine x, v prime is going to be my 4x, because minus 5 is going to be 0 because it's a constant. So all of this is going to be over 2x to the power of 2 minus 5, all of it to the power of 2. Can you simplify over here? I don't believe you can. Note of advice, if you cannot simplify or you cannot make it like a factorization in the numerator, it's better that you keep it this way and not expand. Because if you do expand, you're prone to make more mistakes in calculation. Like if you're gonna put it all on a calculator, you're gonna have like a mistake, most probably. So if you keep it compact, it's most likely for you to do the right answer on a calculator. So yeah, this is the answer for number 3. Now moving on, I circled this number over here. Now we didn't do a table in the previous video for product rule, but we're gonna do a table for this one. So they wanted me to find h prime of 7 using this table of information over here. In this table, they gave us that x is equal to 7, and at that point 7, so when they tell me that f of x is equal to negative 5, they basically mean f of 7, because they gave me that x is equal to 7 over here. So this is basically f prime of 7. This is g of 7. And this is basically g prime of 7 as well, like the numbers that you see over here. Okay? So now, if we're going to find the derivative of h of t, it is going to be, now the 5 is constant, we don't care about the constant, it's going to be out. Now f of x over g of x, according to the quotient rule, u prime, which is f prime, v minus u, v prime over v to the power of 2 equals 5. Now, hold on, sorry. According to terminology, we have to state that h prime of 7. We cannot say that this is going to be equal to h prime of 7. You can literally say, so h prime of 7 is equal to 5. Now, f prime of 7 is basically 3. G of 7 is basically 2 minus f of 7 is basically negative 5, and g prime of 7 is basically negative 3 over g of 7, which is 2 to the power of 2, which is going to be our 4. So 3 times 2, this is going to be 6. This is going to be 15. 6 minus 15, it is going to be 9, negative 9. Negative 9 over 4. Now, negative 9 multiplied by 5 is going to be negative 45 over 4. Unless my calculations are wrong. But yeah, this is basically the answer for question 10, part A. Now, moving on, we are going to find the equation of a tangent line at the given x value. So in the previous video, in the product rule, we had like a question that had to do with trigonometry, sine and cosine. So in this video, we're going to change it up a little bit and we're going to use exponential, like you see over here. So first things first, you have to state that you're finding the tangent line at x is equal to 0. Marvelous. Y minus y of 0 equals y prime of 0, x minus 0. So now you have to find your y of 0, but your y of 0 is literally your g of 0 over here, which is basically 0. Because if x is going to be 0, then the whole function is going to be 0. But then you're going to tell me e to the power of 0 is going to stay 1. So it's basically 0 over 1, which is going to be 0. So no, it's not an undefined form, okay? So g of 0 is basically equal to 0. Now, y prime of 0, or basically let's find y prime of x, which is basically g prime of x in this case. It's going to be u prime v minus uv prime over v squared. There's a minus behind it, so let's put the minus over here. Now, u prime, it is going to be 2. V is going to be e to the power of x minus u. V prime, which is still e to the power of x, over e to the power of x, all of it to the power of 2. Or you can just say e to the power of 2x. Reminder, before you ask any questions about this, e to the power of x times 2. So, hold on. Wait. So, e to the power of x. I had to write my algebraic x. So, multiplication sign, e to the power of 2x. Okay? So, now, let's keep it this way. And so, y prime of 0. So, this one is going to be 1. And this one is going to be removed. Because if x is equal to 0 over here, then everything will be 0. And this one is going to be 1 again. So 2 times 1, 2, minus 0 remains 2, divided by 1 remains 2. And we have the negative over here, so it's negative 2 over here. So applying the formula right now, y minus y of 0 is basically 0. Y prime of 0 is basically negative 2. X minus 0, so our y is equal to negative 2x. Easy. So easy. Alright, so this is basically the tangent line on this given x value. As an additional question, we're going to do number 18. Now, there is a video coming soon for depth of knowledge 3 questions only. DOK 3 questions only for 2.8 and 2.9. And more to come, of course. Maybe we're going to do DOK 3 questions for 3.1 as well. Chain rule. Now, in this question over here, the graph of the function is shown to the right. Let g of x is equal to x to the power of 2 minus 1 over f of x. What is the value of g prime of 4? So, first of all, let's construct g prime of x, which is going to be u prime v minus uv prime over v squared. Or in this case, the derivative of x to the power of 2 minus 1, 2x, multiplied by f of x. This is going to be my u prime v minus u v prime over v squared. Now applying the formula at 4, g prime of 4. So 2 times 4 is going to be 8. Now f of 4 is basically 2. So 8 times 2 is going to be 16 minus 4 to the power of 2 is going to be 16 minus 1 is going to be 15. F prime of 4 over f of x, all of it to the power of 2. Now, f of x, all of it to the power of 2, we're talking about f of 4 to the power of 2. f of 4 to the power of 2, it is going to be 2 to the power of 2, which is going to be 4. So the only problem I have over here is finding f prime of 4, which is on this point over here. Now I want you to look at this line. Remember when we said that derivative is basically the slope of a function at a given point? And since this function is not even a curve, it's a straight line, that means the derivative is essentially the slope. It is in fact the slope. So if you apply the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, between this point, which is 4, 2, and this point, which is basically 2, 1, you're going to get a equals 2 minus 1, so y2 minus y1 over 4 minus 2. So 2 minus 1 is going to be 1, 4 minus 2 is going to be 2. So our slope is basically half. Or you can understand it in a different way, that whenever every 2 steps you move to the right, you're moving 1 space up, so it's going to be 1 over 2. But basically the slope over here is 1 over 2, so f prime of 4 is essentially 1 over 2 as well. So now 16 minus 15 is going to be multiplied by half, which is going to be 7.5. So 16 minus 7.5 over 4. Now 16 minus 7, it is going to be 9 minus 0.5, it's going to be 8.5 divided by 4. And 8.5 divided by 4, it is going to be 2.125. And this is g prime of 4. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember that I'm going to upload another video regarding only DOKT questions for Unit 2. And stick around because we're going to do the same exact thing for Unit 3, Unit 4, and so on and so forth. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, if you have any recommendations whatsoever, please leave in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you don't, and thank you so much.